Hello and welcome to the studio. It's Finn Jelly here, and today I'm going to be doing a watercolour of my grandmother from a very old photograph that was taken by my grandfather, her husband. I guess it was taken in the mid-70s or maybe even late 60s, and my grandmother died when I was 8, which is very sad, and it means I haven't seen her for 49 years. And I spent some time in the sketchbook drawing, working from the black and white photograph. It's quite an interesting photograph. My grandfather was an amateur photographer and he was quite good, had lots of interesting cameras and took his time composing shots, especially back then. It was more unusual than it is now. And it was quite a nice photograph, and I haven't really spent a lot of time looking at this photograph. It's just one of those images, and really poring over her face made me realise quite a lot about my grandmother's face that I'd never really realised. One is she always seemed like a little old lady when I was 8, but actually she wasn't that much older than I am now when the photograph was taken. And another thing I realised was how like my father she actually looked when I've scrutinised photographs of him. It's very interesting to see. I mean, he too has been dead for 18 years now, and I've some photographs left of him. Obviously I knew him a lot more intimately on a one-to-one basis than I knew my gran, but it's very interesting to see the likenesses in terms of proportion and subtle facial feature modelling, and that was a real joy in the process of making this drawing. And I wanted to do a bigger painting of it, so I used my proportional dividers to help myself size the drawing up to a larger A2 painting. And here you see a kind of mid stage where, and I quite like it at this stage when it's unfinished. The palette is quite limited to reds, pinks and sort of gentle oranges, and just this teal on the glasses, and I quite like that. But the glasses were a big feature of this painting. They always were quite popular back then. Both my grandmothers had glasses like this, and two of my aunts had glasses like this, and I thought they made them look quite stern actually. As a little kid you were a bit wary of people with glasses like this in case they told you off. But they never did actually tell me off. They were very gentle and nice, but they did have this stern look, and quite a few of the teachers who did tell us off had glasses like this too. But the glasses are kind of retro, trendy, I guess now, or a bit weird, but it is quite an unusual look, and I think I've got possibly her personality more in the drawing than I have in the painting. But the painting, I wanted to sort of be a bit freer and not be too bound by likeness. So I hope you enjoyed this video. A bit of a blast from the past for me, but fun to paint, and I love watercolour. Please like and subscribe.